Anna Koyman down at Testa's in the heart of Palm Beach on the island right there. And Anna right now has Eric Trump, Donald Trump's son, and his beautiful wife Lara with them at Testa's. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Hey,
good morning.
Good morning again. Are you guys excited about this Trump support?
Guys, who wants Trump to win? Steve, we've got some fans here. We definitely have some fans here.
Mar-a-Lago is not far from here, so a lot of supporters here. So your father was scheduled to have an event in South Florida yesterday, but realized that the race is quite tight in Ohio. We can show you a new Quinnipiac University poll tied at 38% with Ohio Governor John Kasich. He was on the program earlier. I want you to take a listen to this and get your response.
There's no way I would team up with Donald Trump. No way. Forget it. I'm going to be the nominee because we're going to win Ohio. We're going to move across this country with a positive attitude of bringing people together with a record that I've had both in Washington and in Ohio, a positive record of bringing people together, reminding us we're Americans before we're anything else. And we'll fix these things that haunt us and bother us today. I can promise you that.
Well, listen, I think my father would bring jobs to Ohio. You look at Kasich right now, he has 63 delegates. I mean, he's so far behind. He's 1/9 of where we are on the delegate count. And truthfully, I mean, all he's doing by campaigning is trying to get to a contested convention, which is sad. I mean, what we should do is we should win Ohio, and I think we will win Ohio. I think we're going to win Florida based on the support that we have here. And then we should move on to take on Hillary. I mean, that's what it's all about. We're going to need to take her on, and I think the people and the person who can come out the least bloody is going to have the best chance, and my father will beat her. I mean, he just will beat Hillary.
Yeah. And Eric, you have a question?
Yeah, Eric, I've got a question for you. You've been on the program. It was a couple of months ago, and we were talking about how what you had started to notice early was the crossover. People who are not Republicans, but who are lifelong Democrats and independents, and they have been flocking to your father. You know, they were back then. Have you found that trend to continue or accelerate as we get closer to the big contest?
Well, there's no question about it. I mean, you look what happened in Pennsylvania. There was articles all over about the amount of Democrats and independents that transferred over. And also here in Florida, you had to do the same thing here. I mean, the amount of registrations so people could vote in the Republican Party here in Florida was astronomical. I mean, so many people moved over. And, you know, that only bodes to our favor, quite frankly, in a general election where you don't have to do the registration. I mean, that only helps us in the general election. So you're seeing tremendous amounts of people. And, you know, my father's the greatest guy in the world. He's an amazing guy. He will make America great again. You know, he's done it. He's built great companies. I mean, he's an incredibly competent person. I love the man to death. I mean, he's going to do a great job with this nation. I have no doubt that we're going to win.
And a lot has been said about go ahead, New York.
Lara, I wanted to ask you a question. I wanted to bring you into this because I know you went to NC State University. You know, Anna's from North Carolina. I'm from South Carolina. And I wanted to ask you what it's like for you, because Eric is used to watching his dad and the success of his father. But what is it like for you to marry into this family and then now be on the campaign trail?
Well, listen, it's been nothing short of an honor to witness history being made week after week. And every week we're so thrilled by the response that we're getting. As Eric said, we have people come up to us who say, I can't wait till the general election. I can't vote in a primary because I'm not a registered Republican. I'm an independent. I'm a Democrat. You know, we want to vote for your dad. So, again, we're feeling the love. We were in North Carolina, in my home state. Anna and I have a lot in common. We just figured out. But we were there last week at a great rally in Fayetteville. The place went crazy when they heard I was from Wilmington, which was an amazing feeling. But I promised my father-in-law when he got into this that I would win him North Carolina. So pressure's on now.
Pressure's on her tonight, all right?
You got a lot of applause when you were in Fayetteville. Yeah, we even interned actually at the same TV station, WWAY, in Wilmington. Eric, a lot of people have said that they can't tell who the real Donald Trump is. Some think that he's blustery and bombastic. Others, like his supporter, Dr. Ben Carson, says he's very cerebral and he's kind and he's the kind of man that I want to be friends with and I want to lead America. Who is the real Donald Trump?
Well, first of all, he's been an incredible father to myself, Don, Ivanka. I mean, truly an amazing father. And he is kind. He's one of the most generous people you'll ever meet. He's an amazing guy. But he's also a guy who's a fighter, right? He's a guy who has tremendous backbone. If somebody hits him, he's willing to hit back. And America needs a little bit of that. America needs somebody who's incredibly kind, who has business savvy, but when somebody crosses us, is willing to fight back for this nation. I mean, we've been used, we've been abused, we have so many awful trade deals. I mean, we have so many things that aren't going right in this country. We need to get America back, and that's why he's running. That's why he's self-funding his campaign. I mean, we want to get America back.
Eric, no doubt about it, when everyone let the applause die down. Usually it's for Anna when we toss out to her. Eric, no doubt about it, everyone was stunned on Saturday when we saw that guy rush the stage, go after your dad, get very close with the Secret Service. As the son of a candidate who, you know, with his events are raucous at the very least, what are your thoughts when you see the attacker run on stage? And what are your thoughts knowing he's going to be at rallies again for the next 4 months, perhaps?
Yeah, Brian, that's no fun to see. I mean, I can tell you as a son, that's no fun to see. The same thing happened to actually Reagan. I saw a video the other day, the same thing, where somebody hopped on stage and tried to go after the candidate. And, you know, that's the nature of politics, right? I mean, you have these events where you have 30,000 people in a room. You might have one crazy person. I mean, that's just the nature of statistics. That's the nature of the game. The Secret Service is incredible. I am so glad that they're around my father. They're going to keep him safe. But unfortunately, that's just the nature of the game.
Eric, has
Eric,
it changed?
a lot of people think that your father... Go ahead, Ainsley.
I'm sorry, Anna. Eric, has it changed the way that he handles these rallies? Because on that one, when the protester jumped on the stage, he was in the middle of a sea of people. Is he now going to... I mean, I thought that's very dangerous of him to be in the middle of all of those people. Is he changing the way that the stage is set up going forward?
You know, my father's really a person of the people. He likes to be among the people. He likes to get out there up front and touch the people. I mean, that's what's made him amazing. He's so accessible. I mean, he's so accessible to the media. He's just so accessible at these rallies. I mean, that's the person he is. And quite frankly, that's why people love him, because they can see him, and they can touch him, and they can hear him. And he's the type of person you'd want to have breakfast like this with. I mean, that's really what makes him, you know, a different, you know, candidate. So I don't think he's actually going to change it, to tell you the truth. He really likes to be among the people.
Critics of your father have said that he's anti-Mexican, he's anti-Muslim, he's anti-immigrant, but the liberal New York Times actually visited one of your father's campaign offices, and they were blown away by what they found. We can show you a full screen of what it says in the piece. For a campaign frequently depicted as offering a rallying point for the white working class, the people volunteering to help Mr. Trump here are noteworthy for their ethnic diversity. They include a young woman who recently moved from Peru, an immigrant from the Philippines, a 70-year-old Indian, a teenage son, a Russian immigrant, a Mexican American. Is that what people don't see?
Well, absolutely. And by the way, state after state, we're winning with those demographics. We're winning with African Americans. We're winning with Latinos. We're winning the female vote. We're winning the male vote. I mean, old, young. I mean, it's really incredible. You talked about the independents before that were crossing over. You talk about the Democrats that were talking over, you know, that were switching over. We're winning all categories of people, which is a really amazing thing. I mean, the Republican Party should embrace that. The Republican Party is growing because of him, and that's what we need if we're going to beat Hillary Clinton. So, you know, they should really embrace that.
Okay, and as we go, what are you hoping for tonight?
Well, big win. Big win. Guys, we're going to have it here in Florida.
And the pressure's on Laura for North Carolina.
Laura, North Carolina, I need you.
And Ohio. Fingers crossed. Thank you.
Very nice. All right, Anna and Eric and Laura, thank you very much.